Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Keo, and I'm here with Sejun,
Yo.
and we are the Binch Bros. It's been a while since we've done the podcast.
Yeah, isn't this episode 2?
This is 3, actually.
No, because we had the book club.
Oh yeah. Well, this isn't book club 2. Well, we have a total of 4. Then this would technically be the fourth
wait.
one.
Oh, right, because episode 1 was Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
And then episode 2 was
we failed to
Inside.
Yeah. No. This one's Inside.
No, but episode 1.
Oh, we're talking about doing Inside.
No, like the next game was Undertale for episode 1.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we didn't really even play our games. Like, I played an hour, and then you played what seemed to be like 5 minutes.
I'd say 2. I think that was generous.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah, it's the same here too. I mean, it's got to catch you, right? I mean, I think it took me a while to really get into Undertale as well, but
I mean, also like what is it? Inside's a much shorter game.
It is actually. It's actually really, really small game. But
Yeah,
we've been out of it for about, it seems to be like 2 weeks, coming on the 3rd week, I think.
That we've not put one up.
Yeah. I mean, we went to.
We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it has to be consistent, or else we won't. People won't be like, oh, hey, look.
Yeah,
they're not continually doing it. Yeah, and I hate that. I always do that. I don't know if you know this, June. You probably don't, because every time whenever I start something, my streak on the series usually lasts like 3 series, like 3 episodes for that series. The furthest I ever gone was like 8 episodes or whatever, like on my YouTube channel, whatever.
Let's make sure we don't do that.
Yeah, let's not. But yeah, we're back, and we've been waiting to talk about Inside for fucking ever.
Yeah.
And let's just go ahead and get started with that. We're gonna talk about games that we played, or the game that we suggested to each other, or that you suggested.
So you want to just jump into Undertale?
Yeah, Undertale? Inside.
Or Inside.
Yeah, let's jump straight into it. I'm trying to remember now at this point on what I saw.
Okay, this is what I want to say about that game before we get into spoiler territory or anything.
Oh yeah, of course.
Can you timestamp it on like the description or like put an audio thing where you come in and you're like, hey, we're gonna talk about spoilers for Inside from this point on until this point on.
Yeah. I'll
turn it off.
I will. Oh fuck! That's a lot more work, June. But yeah, I'll see about doing that. Like giving
2 audio clips that you're gonna put in.
Yeah, but then you're saying that in the podcast I say jump to for 40 minutes to skip this whole spoiler. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I like it.
That's okay. I'll try.
but not 40 minutes. 40 minutes is like an example.
Yeah, I know.
Like you're leaving this in, right? Just because, like, why not?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's mark it with like a sound. Can you edit out the sound that, like, if I clap right now, can you edit that out so it's not super loud to people?
Yeah, I could edit that.
Okay, so let's not do it right now, but like when we start talking about Inside, let's do a big clap so there's an audio spike.
Yeah,
so
maybe 3. So it's really noticeable.
Okay, yeah, I like it.
Or we could just like
we're just telling everyone how we make podcasts.
it's a working podcast. Let's go ahead and let's I might take it out. I don't know. I'm probably not because I'm lazy, but let's go. Let's do this. How about, so we're gonna start spoiling about Inside. So if you haven't played it yet, I guess we'll figure out something. But
we're gonna do it right now before we even talk about what we felt about the game.
Yeah, let's talk about what we felt about the game. Yeah, let's do that. Sorry.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, no. So, like, I really, really liked Inside, and I think that like, it's cheap, right? What is it, like less than $20?
Yeah, it was like 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay, it's like $10, I think.
Yeah, I think I got it for 99 or 90. Yeah, 9.
I got it on PS4. Did you get it on Steam?
I got it on PS4. Yeah.
You got it on PS4 too? Okay. And yeah, I recommend it highly to anyone who's interested.
If you ever played
It's like Limbo.
Limbo. Yeah, if you ever played Limbo and you like the way that the way the story goes in there, I'd suggest it too.
Yeah, it plays very similarly, but it does a lot of interesting things that's different that I don't want to get too deep into.
Yeah.
But okay, I guess like since we're gonna talk about puzzles and stuff, that might be a spoiler. So let's clap.
Yeah. So hold on. I wanna go ahead and give my little insight to it, or my review on it too, like a non-spoiler.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it too. It's it's never mind. Let's just go into it. Fuck it.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Hello everyone, this is Editing Kyo here. Me and June are going to be talking about Inside, the video game on PS4. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers, please jump to 40 minutes and 7 seconds for your regular podcast etiquette program. Thank you. Alright, so
Inside.
I thought it was fucking... The last bit was weird, first of all, but if anyone doesn't know about Inside, or if you haven't played Limbo, the game pretty much goes as a no dialogue storytelling game where you just pretty much run along and you pretty much, there's a story in there, I think, but it's not vocally told, right?
Let me ask you something. Did you look up the secret ending?
No. There's a secret ending?
It completely changes the whole thing.
Oh,
but I'll tell you about that later.
Okay,
I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things I really wanted to talk about with this game, before we even get into ending bits and all that, is I loved this game. I loved the puzzles.
Yeah.
They were so good. Like, I remember puzzles. Like, the only one I didn't like was the one where you have to jump between the chain link fence twice, or like 3 times, so the dogs chase you. I found that one kind of tedious, but all the other puzzles, like there was never a dud. And
it was easy to figure out, right?
Well, it was like you wouldn't figure it out right away, right? You'd die. And like perfect example of that is remember the shockwaves? Okay.
That one fucked me up.
So at first, like, the box blows up and you don't realize why it blew up. And then you walk out, and I luckily happened to get to the safe barrier before the shockwave hit. And then I was like, oh, I see what's going on. And they add like another layer of complexity, which is there's a thing you pull which lowers one side and raises the other side. The shield.
It's a very interesting, like, those are like really good puzzles.
I like that one. I remember the pig one in the beginning where there's a pig that runs at you. You see, like most puzzle games, I like forget about the puzzles. Inside, I remember like almost like, I bet you if you showed me a sequence in Inside, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember how I figured that out. Like there's like great puzzles with boxes that you have to yank the cord on.
There's other ones where you have to like work with water and you have to float or swim.
Dude, when my favorite like moment of puzzle solving in the whole game is that room where there's water on the ceiling, like gravity. And so you have to lower it up to a point and then get in it and swim across. But then if you lower it too much, the door closes. And so like
you have to get the box and then put it on top and then lower it down to where you could jump up into the water.
That one took me a really long time. It felt super good when I figured that one out.
I think the one that took me a while was the one where you're in like it's pretty much all water, but there's some witch little thing chasing you or something.
That like naked.
I think she wasn't naked. She was like she had like a dress. It was a girl, right? Or something.
I don't know. I've been talking about that with a friend of mine. I was like, is that a boy or a girl?
I think it's a girl.
It just got really long hair.
I think she's like some sort of like test subject or something.
I think it is naked.
Actually, I'm wondering. So there's different ending. How many different endings? First of all, I want to get.
So there's one ending, and then there is a secret ending that you get by solving this insane puzzle. Okay. But I want to get into it after we talk about the game a little more. Because it's just interesting.
Because I'm curious. Because I feel like I don't know. I have a weird ending, and I don't.
Okay.
I feel like it's not the end, but I feel like it's a secret ending because it gets
Okay.
weird. But
Okay.
anyways, so the puzzle that got me confused was the one that puzzle with the
where you
little
have to
girl
lower the door. You
with
have
the
to
crane.
Like, go swim
It was
across.
the one with the crane where you have to move the
Oh,
crane.
where you have to touch the water.
Yeah,
And then she swims
I
across
was
the other
so
way.
confused about that. Then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. If you're not in the water, she starts going down, so that gives you more time to go. And I was like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, that took a while for me for that one.
It's such a cool game. Like every single time you think you know what the game is about, it throws you a new curveball.
Yeah,
and I think that's really cool. Like it does it so regularly, but like not overwhelmingly. Like so early on in the game, like you're running left and right. You know, you run to the right. There's like people trying to kidnap you. It seems.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to escape them, and you know it's like you die if you get eaten by dogs or whatever. It's like pretty.
Then
gruesome.
you get shot. Oh man.
Yeah, you can
it's
get
pretty gruesome stuff. Yeah.
You get shot with tranquilizer darts when you're trying to swim. You have to swim under spotlights, and then eventually it seems you're running away, but then you get into a facility, and then there's like these people, these like
these zombie like things, right?
They're just like they just hang there unless you put this hat on, which then you can like kind of control them.
Yeah.
And you solve puzzles with them, and that's super fun.
Yeah, it's a nice little mechanic.
What's so cool is the helmet comes off on one of them.
Oh yeah.
And then so now you're moving around, and they follow you.
They just follow you. Yeah.
And it's like a totally different like.
Yeah. Then you have to try to figure out where to go, see how to.
Do you remember the moment where you had to stick? Okay, so you get a helmet on and controls one guy, and then you have him put a helmet on. And it controls the other guy. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, it's the one where
it's the
one with the train,
deep.
the train tracks, right?
No. It's before that. It's like up on like the rafters. There's like this like thing that you have one guy pushing while you're still on the helmet.
Yeah.
It's before the helmet rips off.
Yeah.
And like you're walking in place, and like he's pushing the thing that you're connected to.
Yeah. That's the one, because that's the train like thing, or the cart, and then it's dangling. Right?
But it's before the big train tracks part with like the 20 or so people. Remember when you have to get 20 of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's before that.
Okay.
And then that happens, and then like eventually you start swimming, and like then you can like drown at first, but then, dude, I thought the game was over when that like drowned child
when it takes you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was like,
I thought it was over too. It felt really
2 hours.
Yeah, and it felt like it was over already. I was like, what the hell?
I expected I knew the game was short, so I was like, oh, that's how this ends. Okay, and then it's like,
and then it doesn't.
Now it's like interesting.
And then now you can breathe underwater for some fucking reason.
You can breathe underwater. And all the puzzle dynamics change. Yeah. Like all the remember the room with the bodies that are floating in the water?
Oh yeah.
But like the water's in the ceiling.
That is so weird. Like the thing is, like, you don't even know what they're doing. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Dude, when they reintroduce the fact that you can control them again.
Yeah.
You know, when you like get the other helmet.
Yeah.
Like in that area, or no, when you like raise the water and all the bodies fall down.
Oh yeah, and then they start following you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so excited.
You didn't have a thing for that, didn't you? Right?
No, you don't have a helmet at that point.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like I think it's after the drowned child like sticks the thing into your chest or whatever. Like. Yeah. But so here's what I want.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so we can talk about all the puzzles because they're all amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
At the end of the game, okay, so you're in this compound, like, you know, you get through the whole area where you're pretending to be a zombie that's following you're pretending to be just like the other like brainwash thing.
Yeah.
And then you get all the way inside, and then eventually you get inside this huge lab area, and there is a thing you swim into, and there's a mass of bodies, right?
Yep.
And they're all connected to these wires, and you yank out all the wires, and then you get sucked into the bodies, and then now you're this monster.
Yeah.
You're this giant monster, massive bodies, and you are trying to get out, and it seems people are helping you.
Yeah, I thought I was like really pissed because like I at first I was like, I'm gonna try to kill this person that's in front of me, and he was just getting out of the way, and then this other guy, he just hands me some shit. Oh my god.
You were pissed?
Yeah, I thought hold on, my fucking mic is going crazy. It's going like high and shit. The fuck?
You sound fine on my end.
Recording wise, I think my audio levels are changing. Anyways, yeah, I was pissed because I was like, shit, all these people are chasing after me, and now I'm this big hideous thing that I'm not myself anymore. I'm like multiple people now. So now I just want to like run over and kill things.
You know what's cool is so I thought they were helping me for a while, because they are, and then they lead you to a trap.
Yeah.
Remember, they lead you into this water tank, but then you can escape.
Oh
from
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then eventually you get out into the wild, and the game ends.
Yeah.
That's how.
That is the weirdest thing. You just like see the sunset go down, and you're like there for like
credits. Yeah.
A good 5 minutes with nothing.
And then so now I'm gonna tell you about the secret ending.
Okay.
And what the implications about the game. Okay.
Yeah.
So the game's called Inside.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So in the secret ending, I guess what happens is what it reveals is that the monster at the end, like that is doing what we're doing to the the zombie people, to the boy. And so we are an agent of that mass. So the boy only looks like we only think it's a boy, but it's not a boy. It's always a zombie. It's always an agent of the mass trying to get back to the mass and free it. And the boy isn't alive. He's moving when we're inputting. You know what I mean? When we hit left, he goes left. When we say jump, that's just like all the other zombies, right? And it's like, and so it's like the monster is controlling us, controlling the boy, right? Or the monster is controlling the boy to free itself. And that's like what you figure out like through like, because I guess if you break all the machines, that are hidden around, eventually when you break the last one, the boy just like falls.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's like all the like things just like stop, right? That's like the implication, which I think is awesome.
I think that's cool. I want to try to get that ending now.
And it's like makes sense for the word like inside, right? Because it's like it's called inside, but you're like you think you're escaping, but the whole time you're trying to get deeper into this facility. You realize, like just through level progression, you realize that's where I'm going. You're trying to get in, and then you eventually go back to the mass and you free it, And I don't know, I think that's so cool. I think it's such a cool like
concept idea.
Yeah, it's just such a like a cool it's like a good discussion about like agency in video games, about like like character agency versus player agency. I really like it. I thought it was like really interesting and neat, and I don't think I've really seen that done before. Like BioShock, spoiler alert a little bit for BioShock, which just had a remaster come out, so if you haven't played it and you would like to not be spoiled, I guess
avert your ears for like
30 seconds. But in BioShock, I'm not even gonna spoil, I'm just gonna say a thing. The Would You Kindly sequence, like that has a huge implication on video game character agency, right? Player agency, like oh, you think you have all this freedom of choice, but really you never had freedom of choice. It's like a lot of video games have ideas like that, but like Inside is like one of the first games I feel like I've had the question of my character's agency and my perception of that was totally different for 99% of the game. Or 100% of the game, because I didn't get the secret ending. I looked it up,
Yeah.
But I love that. That's so clever to me. That it's like you were never this boy. You're not playing the whole time. I thought I was this boy trying to survive and run away.
Yeah.
And by the end, like when the secret ending, when you get that bonus ending, you realize that you were never a boy trying to run away.
Yeah.
You were just an agent of the mass trying to free itself.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
Cool.
That makes so much sense, man.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, a little boy is really like what do you call it? Like you root for a little boy, right? You relate to the child. You know, you want it to be them to be safe, and like so like I think like we put that onto him or onto it because we think, you know, we think
it's his own little. He's a free being.
Yeah, we're like, oh, this boy, this poor boy. It was never, at least as far as the game's concerned, like never when we played it, it was a boy who was, you know, who had thoughts and stuff. It was always just like another one of the zombies, except this one we're controlling directly. Yeah. As the monster.
I think that's pretty crazy because like that means that we're the monster if that's the case because we're putting the inputs.
We're that monster. Yeah, we're the monster. Or if you want to get really weird with it. We're the agent of the monster controlling the boy. Yeah. Through our input device of our computer or PS4. Yeah. Oh my god. I don't know. I think it's really cool. I think it's what a beautiful, awesome game.
I didn't even think about that. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool with just the puzzles alone, but like.
Yeah, dude. I thought like.
It did not click with me until you explained it. To be honest. Like,
they don't really explain it they don't explain anything in the game, but like when you get to that point where you're the monster, I was just like, the fuck? Yeah. This is like awesome, like, but I don't
like,
get it.
Why did this happen?
Yeah. But like when I guess like, and I didn't need to get it. I didn't need context for that. You know, I was just like, oh, this is a cool game. What a weird, cool, scary game.
I thought this was like a Japanese game where it ends weirdly with tentacles.
Oh my god. It's not Japanese, it's Danish, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Danish is bodies. A lot of dead bodies? I don't even know.
Well, I guess none of them are alive, right?
That's weird though, because like why did they so someone had to put those connections into that monster, right? Why did they even do that in the first place? You know?
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know about any of that part. Yeah. That part's like even like who knows about that stuff? But the cool thing about like the concept is that like you think it's this one.
You think
thing.
It's one thing, but it's really another.
When it starts, I'm like, oh, it's like human trafficking, right? It's like these creeps in masks are kidnapping people. That's what I think. Yeah. And then you see the brainwashed people or whatever, and you're like, oh, they're brainwashing people after they kidnap them. Yeah. You know, that's like kind of like the implication I got. Yeah. And then towards the end, when you realize there's that big mass of bodies, and then the mass is alive and is controlling all the other pieces, it's like, oh, it's something totally different. I mean, like, there's so many questions. Like, what are those shockwaves? Yeah. Like, what is that? Yeah. What is that all about? Like, is this a world at war? You know, like, you know, like the drowned child.
Yeah, the drowned child. Yeah, her too.
Yeah.
Like, how does she even have significance in here? Why?
Here. Remember how I said earlier? I mentioned I thought that character was naked. Yeah. And I mentioned that because you, at a certain point, once you're able to breathe underwater, you get sucked through a fan. Do you remember? Yeah. And then all your clothes come off. And at that moment, I thought, oh, I turned into one of those. Yeah. So I was like, oh, like, you know, the drowned child. Yeah. I was like, oh, that makes sense. If I'm stuck underwater forever, my hair is going to grow out. You know, like, I'm going to turn into, like, I thought that's where the game was going. That I'm going to turn into, like, one of those drowned children. And then what happened was you get sucked into a big monster. And I was like, oh, I did not see that coming. Yeah. Like, at all. Definitely didn't see that coming. Like, that I get turned into, like, a body monster, you know? Like, but I thought it was super, like, interesting. And then, like, the whole thing combined, like, just Yeah, it has this really unnerving, it's like very like mellow in its creepiness.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like got this because it's not like super violent and there's no like jump scares.
No, not really.
But I mean, it is kind of violent. Like like when the shockwave first blew me up, I was just like,
yeah,
whoa.
it's pretty non-PG.
Yeah, but it's also like, I mean, like, yeah, it's definitely, yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
the other things too is like there's a lot of like cruelty like things, and then, obviously it's if you see it as a child, it like
yeah,
it's
maybe
bad.
if they're alive though, but maybe they're not alive. Maybe they're just all these like zombies, Maybe they're all just mindless.
Yeah, which is weird because it seems like they're being purchased as well.
Oh, see, I didn't get that vibe.
I saw that because like there was this one point where they're at a warehouse, right, and then they're in a cage, and there was a guy with his kid. It's like, hey, look what we're gonna buy. And then when you're doing that one thing where they're doing like the tests, where you're walking with the group of zombies and you have to pretend like you're one of them. I thought that was interesting too.
No, that makes sense then. That's another interesting thing. Like, if they are being purchased like consumer goods, you know, maybe they're not people at all. Maybe they're just,
like
because you don't like
beings.
I mean, maybe they're not sentient beings at all. Like maybe they're all just like, and maybe they're either scraping it off of the monster and selling it.
Yeah.
Or they are put like.
It's like AI Robot then, if you know that movie, I get. Or iRobot, sorry, AI Robot.
Yeah, it's also a book. But
iRobot?
Yeah. It's sort of like the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because in iRobot, it's like
they want to like kill every human, really, right?
No, that's not. No. What it is that's kind of like a allegory on like race relations, right? And like robots and stuff.
Yeah.
And like how like people are like treating them not like they're people, but they actually are kind of like people. Mm-hmm. But this, I think, is like the reverse, where it's like
they're just trying to free themselves.
We think they are people.
Yeah.
Because we see them as people.
Yeah.
But by the end of the game, maybe none of them were people.
Yeah.
Like maybe none of them, like, because most of them don't have any sentience except for the massive body. The only like non-human in the game that has any like motive is like, and besides the monster girl like person or drowned child, is the massive bodies at the end.
Yeah,
it's the only thing that's like has thoughts. Like
I
don't know. I thought it was really
that's a really
like
cool.
Strange.
I mean, I didn't even know about that. Like, throwing that idea out there is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool that they're being bought. That like adds another layer.
That's what I thought going through it, because like it was like classic thing, like warehouse. Okay, this is typically like when you're in a warehouse, you're like storing things that are going to be sold, and they look like they're going to be stored, and then the whole testing thing to make sure that they're properly turning and jumping when they need to, when obeyed. Like that's the idea that I got from that. Like, okay, this is interesting.
And you use them to like help you solve like labor tasks. Like you grab 20 of them to help you push like a train car, and you grab like you grab them to like have you push you across like a beam, and stuff like you're using them for labor. Like they help you up on top of like ledges that you can't get up to. So yeah, that makes sense. They store them underwater, a lot of them, for some reason.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's all about.
Preserve, but they also have.
They're all bloated.
They all look like those are probably like rejects. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that is the people like the little kid. Maybe that's the little kid, but they caught him, and now they're all submerged, so now they can't free the monster being. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that could be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
or it's like pieces of the monster. Because the monster.
Because they were falling apart, right? And the monster seemed like a whole bunch of parts, and just
but it seems like The thing that's interesting is like every now and then, like as the monster, you'll like run through a wall or like fall off a big thing, and then like when you're moving again, like there's just like hands and legs on the ground that are like alive,
Yeah.
trying to get back onto the monster. You know, the pieces that fell off the monster.
And then when you're picking up some stuff, you see like more than one hand. You could move. You could move it around your body too.
When you yank a door off.
Yeah,
or something, or like when you're like moving a box around you. Yeah, I really like that part where you have to light the box on fire.
I just want to say like when I didn't know they were helping, I was the point that I knew that they were, I think was when you drop down to like it looks like a dump, I guess. And then
the guy who won't open the door until you move out of the way.
I thought. I saw that. I was like, oh, because I wanted to go closer to kill him and then try to smash into the door.
Oh my god!
And then I was like, okay, hold on, let me back up. And then he just like does the code. He looks back for a second and then he finishes the code, and then you could go through. And then I
love that. Yeah.
I think it was after that too, where there's
But they're tricking you. They're trying to get you back into the tank.
To a tank. Yeah, I didn't realize that either. I still thought they were still helping me.
Yeah, no, I didn't even I forgot that they tricked you.
Yeah.
So the whole time I was like, oh yeah, people help you at the end of the game. And then I was talking with a buddy of mine. They're like, no, they trick you. They're trapping you. I was like, oh, you're right. And then the thing that was cool is you kill a dude as a monster. There's one person you totally smash. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Where you like smash him in like a penthouse.
Yeah, I remember. I killed someone, and I was like, yes, thank God.
Yeah, no, I felt super good about that for some reason. I was like, yes, dude. Like,
fuck you.
Like, fuck you. Yeah, you're. I don't know what you're doing, but it's horrible.
Yeah. You turned me into this, right?
But then, yeah, exactly. Like you, it's your fault. I'm a monster or whatever. Yeah. But like. Then it's like no, you were never anything but like just
you were nothing.
Monster.
You were controlled by the monster.
Yeah, you weren't anything.
And now I feel bad. And now I feel like I have to go to church, pray for my sins.
What? What is going on?
I don't need to do that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. And then the other part where I thought they were helping too, I fully thought they were helping me, was when remember you have that box, that thing where you have to pull and then it starts like. Doing like a
it's like a cherry like yeah
and then you can't do that when you're a monster.
So when you throw it up to the dude,
you have to toss it to the dude, he'll do it and then you'll push it down and like, okay, thanks, bro.
I really like that. Also, there's a part where you're swinging on like a cherry picker, and then the dude like latches it for you.
Oh yeah. I thought that was
but I feel like, and then you're like, oh cool, so we're all in it together.
They coordinated that pretty well. It seems like that has happened before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe. So but the ending. So what do you?
So maybe this happens a lot, right? And they always have to go through that.
I don't know. What do you think about the ending though?
I think
where you end up in the sunlight.
I don't know. I think with that, I think it just wants to see freedom, I guess. And like. I was like, okay, I guess we'll just stand here and finally die. I think it just wanted to die. And I think just standing there in the sun kills it, I guess. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, maybe it just didn't want to be inside anymore. Yeah. Maybe it wanted to
inside. It didn't want to be inside.
Maybe that's part of it. The title.
There it is.
Maybe it's I don't know. That game rules.
Yeah, that's actually really pretty cool. Hearing that makes the value of the fucking game more worth it now. Like,
yeah, dude, they worked on that game for like 3 years, right? It was the last game they made. The next game they made after Limbo, and Limbo was like 3 years ago or something, right?
Yeah.
And at least maybe more than 3 years, maybe 6 years. I don't know, but like yeah, it's
I like it. I like those kind of games. I like the games that don't really tell you too much, and you can pretty much have to decipher it yourself. And then looking up online, it's gonna spoil you, but it's also, I don't know, it's still pretty cool. Like again.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's short enough that you can, I think, avoid the temptation to have it spoiled for you. You know what I mean? Like, with something like that's much bigger, like a bigger, longer game, you might be on the internet and see a thing. But with Inside, I finished it in one sitting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I didn't leave my gaming setup until it was done, and it took me
About like
4 hours,
4 hours,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, less than 4 hours, maybe. But like, so it's not that like big of a time commitment. I don't think. I don't know. Some people say it takes them like 6 hours, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's
like, I can understand like sometimes when like if you've been out of the game, like playing like puzzle games and stuff, like Zelda helped me out figuring out the puzzles because you figure out like, oh hey, I have this item. Okay, cool. I just got it. Like maybe I'm supposed to use it in this room, and then
well,
you figure it from there.
It did you ever play the old Abe's Odyssey games? The Oddworld games?
I have not, but I've been told to play it.
Okay, this game reminds me of like
It's pretty similar.
No, it's I mean sort of. There's a lot of similarities, and but that game is more complicated than Inside. Inside's like really stripped down. Like it gives you, like I think you only have like directions and one button, right? I think you just jump.
Well, 2 buttons.
Oh, and grab,
and
jump
climb,
and grab.
but those are the same thing, I guess.
But like that's the only those are the so it's like super simplified Inside. You interact like completely contextually.
So the Odyssey game has like a bit more like
that
functions.
has like it has you have commands you can send to. But the thing is in Abe's Odyssey like it's this like kind of silly like dystopian like weird like dark comedy game.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You play as this guy named Abe, who's this Mudokan, I think he's called. But he's like he works for this like meat plant or something, and then it turns out that they're using his people for meat. So he's kind of starts a revolution, is trying to get out. Yeah. And in that game, it's side scrolling and you solve puzzles and stuff. Yeah. But one of the things is you use you have other people that like you give like you like tell them what to do and stuff, here and there, and like Inside with the zombie people pretty much totally like gave me that vibe. Yeah, very different again. Like do not think I'm comparing the games and saying that they're alike. I'm just saying like it gives me like a simplified, stripped down to its core version of that game even more than it does something like Limbo. Yeah. Which is like Limbo is like I don't know.
Pretty much the same thing. It's like
if Limbo, if Limbo is like evil Mario or whatever, like Inside is closer to evil Oddworld. Okay. To me.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I could see that.
But like, hey, that game by the way, Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey was remastered for PS.
Yeah, actually, I think I saw that. I might pick it up. Seems like pretty cool.
It's a bit longer,
like this, but
it is longer than this game, so it's not like one where you could probably do it in one sitting. I think it's like I don't know, maybe 6 hours long. It's like a longer game. Yeah. But but Inside, man, holy shit, what a good game, right?
It's actually pretty good. I mean, I've seen the ratings, and I rate it pretty high too.
Do you have a final thought? About the game? That you want to share?
Not really. Everything we pretty much just said. I thought there was like a zombie thing, where I don't know. I felt like they were people at some point. My thing was I thought they were people and they were brainwashed and they were now they're like this empty shell that only does commands for the person that's being bought. And I thought they were being sold.
That's what I thought it was too. But I think the secret ending. I think that's what the game wants you to think. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But that's like. It's also like basically telling us like, hey man, like you come in with all your baggage, and you assign roles to things, because it is such a simple game with no dialogue, and understandable universal shapes, right? Like a boy, you understand a boy, you understand, like like scary masked people with flashlights searching for you, and you get those things. So you start putting these preconceived notions. You bring your own like ideas of who they are. Yeah. And then at the end of the game, it turns out that maybe those were wrong. Yeah. Yeah, maybe your ideas were not accurate. Yeah. But yeah, so that's Inside.
That was a good game.
It's a great game. Should we end the spoilers there?
Yeah, end the spoilers here. Welcome back, everybody.
All
That
right,
was a
Inside is
long.
done.
That was a good sesh on Inside.
How long did we talk about
Like
Inside?
40 minutes. You know, I put like 15 minutes for Inside, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about not 40 minutes, like about 35 minutes on it. That's not.
Well, that game is great.
That was
So
really good.
I totally recommend it.
Mhm.
What else do you have lined up
All
on the
right, so
docket?
what I have lined up is other games we played. It's pretty much the same thing as like the past couple ones, but
Have you played any other games besides
I
Inside?
have. It's pretty much the same thing though. Final Fantasy 14 and the only other game, I guess, if you want to call it's a mobile game called Tsum Tsum.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about
Which one?
either of those? I don't
each
know.
of those?
Which one do you want? No, I said either of the or both if you want. What do you want to talk
Final
about?
Fantasy 14 because I'm more passionate about that. So I'm playing Tsum
Okay.
Tsum because our friends play it. Jingle, I think Jingle, Erica, and sister really play it the most. I think Justin plays a bit, but I haven't seen them playing in a week. But Tsum Tsum is pretty much a game. It's called Disney Tsum Tsum. It's made by Line, and it's
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, it's like
basically like Bejeweled or any of those like
Yeah,
Candy Crush or
you-
whatever.
you like-
just line
like-
up things, get combos.
Yeah, you
press
drag
buttons.
across like colored orbs, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you have to match the colors.
Yeah, well, it's not orbs; it's Disney characters, right? And
Sure,
it has this
okay.
whole I want to say it's kind of like Overwatch 2, but it's kind of weird.
It's like Overwatch.
Well, I mean, just like
I would love to hear how it's like Overwatch because
Alright,
I've seen this game and I would
no,
never.
you wouldn't.
put
Okay,
that.
so the only thing I'm bringing from Overwatch is
Uh-huh.
the only thing is like each Tsum Tsum has a different ability. That's the only thing. They have.
Oh,
they
so
have
it's
a
like
different
games where
ultimate.
characters have different
Yeah.
abilities.
Like in air quotes,
Okay.
ultimate is specifically the thing because they don't have anything
Okay.
other than that. Yeah, each one does a different thing, and the whole reason why you want to get different ones is to try them out and see which one you can get a higher score on. So far,
Okay.
my main dude is Max from Goofy movie and or just
Ah,
Goofy.
nice.
And he's really doing me. It's giving me work. It's doing work.
Oh, okay, cool. So like, what are like? Is there like any incentive to switching characters? Like, is there
Yeah,
better?
there's like this bingo board thing you have to do. And it says things like you have to use a female character and get 500 XP. Use a
Okay,
black
cool.
Tsum Tsum and
I thought you were gonna say use a black character. I was like,
I mean,
whoa.
that's pretty much what it's saying, but it says Tsum Tsum instead of character, which is like Goofy or Oswald or something like that, or Mickey.
Oh, I get it.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's a cute little game. Like I do it on my spare time when I don't really I'm waiting for things or I'm just
Sure. No.
chilling
Yeah.
out.
I know that. I play Bubble Witch, which is basically
an anime.
no, it's
Okay,
not.
sound
It's like Bubble Bobble or Bubble Bobble. You know the little
The little like you get a
dinosaurs
ball,
at the bottom.
and then
yeah,
you
and
shoot it from like the
Yeah,
lower
you match
part.
colored.
Yeah.
You match the colored balls and they pop.
Yeah,
That's what the game's basically like.
Yeah, I typically don't want to like play like any or like use my phone while I'm out either way though, so it's kind of like hard to like play.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I mean, we're of the generation we're in. I get really antsy and bored, I guess, if I don't,
Yeah.
have something to do with my hands.
I mean,
so like I always.
But then
play.
again, like it's like if you're with a group, I think when you're with a group of people,
Oh, sure,
it's
yeah,
pretty rude,
I'm not
but,
gonna
like,
play-
I feel
yeah.
like you shouldn't, but that's just
of course.
me. 'Cause,
No, like if I'm like I'm talking if I'm like
alone, right?
waiting for something. Yeah.
I'm
or,
like
you know.
I always think for some reason I keep thinking about like when I'm going to get my hair cut. I'm just there. I'm just gonna play my
Yeah,
game.
exactly. That's perfect. Yeah, or like, any situation like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me about
That's it.
Final Fantasy 14.
Final
then.
Fantasy 14. It's online game. Like I said before, like I played 11 with my family, my mom and my brother and my dad, and my stepdad.
Did we say that on the
Yeah,
podcast?
yeah. And then you said how
Okay.
cute it was or whatever. It's like,
Yeah, I did find that cute. I find that very endearing to play video games with family.
yeah.
A friend of mine, I think, played Diablo 3 or Diablo 2 with his dad a lot.
Nice. That's cool.
And then so he bought him Diablo 3.
Yeah, I didn't think about it too much until you mentioned it. I was like, oh yeah, I mean that, like we don't really like go out and too much, and we don't like go at the parks or whatever. But I guess
Yeah.
that essentially is us going to the park. It's playing the video game that we play, and we party up and
That's
stuff.
super cool. Yeah, I wish I would love to play video games with my family. I don't know if they would know what to do though.
I mean, like, I don't know. You probably have to play something that you guys both don't know, right? So you guys figure out.
Like I have an aunt who plays Tetris.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
It's not really. I don't think it's a cooperative thing, but I guess you could still play it together, right?
No, it's not cooperative. No, I guess we would go for scores.
Yeah. But
I don't know. She's probably way better than me at Tetris.
I mean, I think the older generation's always better at Tetris because they hella had that like primarily, I think. But that might be like generationist, I guess.
Tetris is such a good game.
Yeah, it's
like,
pretty
good.
It's very useful too if you.
It's like
buy groceries
one of the.
shit.
It's one of the best games that's ever been made.
Yeah.
Like it's the perfect game.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like chess for video games.
Yeah. It's simple.
You know?
It's simple. It's like no, more like checkers. It's easier.
Yeah, it's like perfect and like it's funny. You know how there's so many clones of video games all the time?
Yep.
Like, oh, this is another first person shooter.
Yep.
It's like another cover shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Tetris is one of the few games where every single clone of the game is markedly inferior and horrible.
Yeah.
Like you can't replicate Tetris.
Yeah.
Except and like even the new Tetris like stuff sucks. It's like the best Tetris is old like Game Boy Tetris.
There was a free game that we actually got on PS4. I forgot what it's called, but it had like a Tetris like feel to it as well. But there was like, they added their own little special thing where like at some point you could use this ability and it will change the part or like mess up the opponents or something or.
Yeah, don't fuck with Tetris. Tetris is great.
I mean, that game was free though, so they got me. I mean, I think Tetris is free too, really, isn't it?
No.
At this point.
No, it's not.
I mean,
like the Tetris.
You can get it for free.
I mean, what illegally? Yeah, like any game.
Yeah.
Like what do you mean? But no, Tetris is like it's got a pretty troubled, rocky history with because I would love a mobile Tetris.
Yeah.
Right. And like all the Tetris that came out, like I think the last Tetris that came out had like microtransactions in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a nightmare.
I mean, that's. I mean, I talked about this with my coworker, and like that's pretty much where gaming's going to right now. It's that, and like, it's paid to chance is what it's called, and then the other one is just microtransactions, I guess. Which is
I'm not into any of that. I'm from the 90s and 2000s, man. We had expansion packs.
Yeah, and dude,
like
maps that came out, those are free. You didn't have to pay extra for that shit.
Oh yeah, like you get updates.
Yeah, you just get the map.
Stuff was better back, and also people didn't have like patches like day one, so like games would come out working.
Yeah.
None of this day one patch
open
garbage
beta bullshit. Man, I'm cussing a lot. I don't want to edit these out.
Yeah, all right, we'll make it a R-rated podcast then.
No, maybe. We'll see.
I cussed a few times.
Yeah, but
yeah. So
so
those two games, and you've been playing Overwatch also.
I didn't even explain what Final Fantasy 14 was.
Oh my god, you're right. We were just talking about Tetris.
All right, I'm just gonna quickly explain Final Fantasy 14. I might talk about next podcast anyways, but on a quick summary, it's pretty much classic MMO. You make your character, and that character could play classes. Unlike WoW, you could switch to different classes.
Jobs, right?
Yeah, well, classes system. And then there's jobs. That's like the advancement of the class. And it gets pretty cool. Right now, I've finally got to what I wanted to go, which my Arcanist is now a Scholar, which is pretty much a healer role. And
you play healer in MMOs too?
Yeah, I think it's either that or I want to be like the support character. There's like a different one. It's like a support DPS, I guess. It's like it's a bard, and you pretty much just like cast spells or cast songs that will lower like the enemy's resistance to magic and stuff.
Like you do debuffs.
And debuffs, and you could buff up your allies too and stuff. But that's the jobs I really like to do. But I'm always down to take the support the healing role. But
I wanna. If I ever play that game, and I might, because I think it's pretty, and like I like games where you create, but it's got a subscription, right?
yeah,
So
it
maybe I
does.
won't.
We talked about that too before.
Yeah.
But I think the subscription's pretty worth it because I'm actually going. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm
no
going through the
worries.
story and everything, and I didn't do that in 4.11, and the story is actually pretty good. Like I think this, one thing with Square Enix and obviously Final Fantasy is like they always have these really good like stories. And
Tell that to everyone who hates Final Fantasy 13.
13. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I like most of the stories. I think it's majority, not majority, but well, with me for sure, I like the stories are pretty good.
They re-released, or they're going to re-release Final Fantasy 12, which is a game that didn't get that much love when it first came out. But I mean,
is that
it's
one
like
the one with lightning or
no, that's 13. That's the
Let
one
me
that
see.
people don't like very much.
I think I remember 12, and I wanted to play it, but
Yeah, it came out towards the end of the PS2.
oh yeah.
And so like
this
it
is
didn't
with
like
kids, right, or something.
no, you think of 10. I think 10 has the really cutesy art style. No, it's 12 is like you play as Van, I think.
Yeah.
He's like this dude. He doesn't have a shirt on.
Yeah, his little vest.
Yeah, and then like I think it's more of an action RPG than the other ones.
Yeah.
So it's got different caveats. It
Yeah.
doesn't have like active turn based or whatever.
Yeah, I kind of like those. That's what 11 and 14 are pretty much like.
Yeah, they're like real time sort of with hot bars, right?
Yeah, but this is like offline, like single player, right?
Yeah. The only Final Fantasy game I've ever played to completion is Lightning's Revenge or Lightning Returns. Yeah. So that's how weird I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 14. I really like what are those characters with like the bunny ears?
Those are I don't know how to pronounce them, but it starts with an M. Final Fantasy 14. MacQueets.
Yeah, I think there's one in 12 also.
Yeah, 12. Oh yeah, I saw that. She had like big ears.
I think one of your. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Those like bunny people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd play as one of those, I think.
Well, these guys aren't bunnies; they're cats, pretty much.
No, I'm talking about the bunny.
Oh, wait. Yeah. No, in 12, right?
So they're not in 14 and 11.
I don't think. No, there's no bunny people. I don't think.
Hold on. I gotta look this up. Final Fantasy bunny people.
Because this is what I have for the
yeah. Okay.
MacQueets.
Vera is her name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's the people. It's a race of people. Vera. Okay, so they're from the Tactics games, and they're in Final Fantasy 12.
Oh.
And they're in Final Fantasy. Wait. Oh, okay, so they're only in Tactics in 12, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they're in 14.
I mean, there are characters in 14 and 12, 14 and 11 that have like ears. So I mean.
Yeah, but they're not what I'm.
Yeah, they're not the cats or the bunnies.
Yeah, they're not the bunny people.
I mean, they're like
is what I thought.
They're furry animals, so you know.
I don't know. They're super cool looking. I like the bunny people. I just didn't realize that they weren't in 14. Now I'm a little bummed out. I thought you could be one in 14.
Yeah, sorry about that, mate.
So wait, is there gonna be an update
for them?
Yeah.
Look, right now they're so apparently they do a major update every 2 years, and
okay, I'm looking.
Right.
I'm looking this up. Apparently, there was an old article where they posted a picture of Vera, the race, and that they had concept art for like them for Final Fantasy 14. They even had a male Vera.
I think it was before they re-released the game because there was a weird spot where when they first released the game, it was just Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn. It wasn't Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn, I guess. Or
okay, I'm gonna look up these Mikotes.
Mikotes.
I don't like them.
I mean, I like them, but I don't play them.
They're very They're just humans with ears.
Yeah, and tails.
And tails. No, I'd rather want them to have the huge ears.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that
mean,
bums
there's
me
other
out.
races, but yeah, those are the only ones with like the weird ears, right? Yeah, with this, there's no bunny people.
Yeah, the Vera. I like the Vera, man. Those are cool. I wish they were in more Final Fantasy. Aren't they cool? Look at them.
Yeah, they
Like
look
they're
pretty cool. I mean, I'm
super
not
like.
used to them, but they look pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love their like huge.
It seems like the
ears.
same thing though, June. It's just fuckers with ears.
I guess that's true. Maybe I'm being a little. No, but they're huge ears.
They
They're
are
like
big.
they're very
They are
noticeable.
tall AF.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about them because
Oh.
they're not like these cute little like. Look at how adorable I am with my little animal
That's
ears.
pretty much why that character's there, though. I think is because
The
people
Mikotes?
want to. Yeah, people just want to look cute
Yeah.
and shit.
No,
Even
I
the
get
males.
it. I get it, but like the huge ears would be really fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my rant on Vera from the Final Fantasy.
And that is Final
franchise.
Fantasy 14 for me. I'm liking it. I'm glad I'm picking it up again because, I don't know. I miss playing MMOs. It's been a while.
Yeah, that game seems like a cool one. If I ever got into MMOs, it would probably be 14
Yeah.
or
If you ever do,
not WoW, probably.
If you ever do, let me know because we could party up. I think Justin wants to
Yeah, we
play.
could raid.
He's down to play too.
Maybe if I like start making more consistent income, I'll look into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess I'll tell about what I've been playing.
Yep. And I know where this is going. I've been waiting for a while to hear this.
Okay, so Mafia 3 just came out,
Yep.
and I know we haven't really talked about it, huh?
Nope. We haven't. Yeah, we haven't talked about it too much.
By the way, this is super fun. Whenever you talk, your icon on Google Hangouts,
Yeah, the little shadow bubble behind my icon.
yeah, it's super fun.
Does the same thing for you too, June.
All right. So Mafia 3. Okay, I guess we're gonna change gears a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll describe what the game plays like first, and then I'll tell you what I think is special about it.
Okay.
So so it plays pretty. I'll be pretty frank and blunt. It's
GTA.
No, not even. It's not that good. It's not that great
Okay.
in terms of gameplay. It's like GTA is like the benchmark, right?
Yeah.
Of like open world sandbox action games.
Yeah, I'd
So
agree
this
with
is
that.
like clunkier than that. It's like a little more bare bones. There's no mini games to do on the side. It's like Mafia 2 and Mafia 1 also same thing. They use their open world as like a backdrop
Yeah.
to like tell their story kind of.
Yeah.
So but the hook of the game, I guess, is like did you ever play Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
Yeah.
So you know how you take down districts in that game, and then you fight like a district, like by
Like
taking out
district
like
boss and stuff.
yeah, you ruin their businesses or you
Yeah.
break a thing, and then like eventually you lure the boss out, and then you fight the boss.
Yeah.
So Mafia 3 has the same idea, where you're like taking down districts, and then eventually you kill the capo or lieutenant or whatever, and then
You
but
control
then
that
you have
point,
these
right.
exactly, yeah, but you have 3 underbosses, and like it takes a while for any of this to like start becoming things that happen in the game. Like for the first like 2 or 3 hours,
Yeah.
it's like all the prologue stuff. You don't have all your open world stuff yet. You know what I mean? Like it's like story heavy. But so eventually you get these 3 underbosses, and you assign different districts to each underboss. And when you do that, you raise like different abilities from the underbosses. Okay, so one of them will allow you get like you know how they pay. Okay, all your underbosses pay you money.
Yeah.
For the districts, they give you kickback or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of the early perks for Vito is you can call instead of having to go to everyone's hideout to pick up the money.
Yeah.
And then you have to stash your money, or else if you die you lose half of it.
Yeah.
Instead of having to stash it, you can call this woman to come pick up your money for you wherever you are.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, it's like, oh, that's nice. And then like another one, Burke, he gives you access to cars, you know, so like you can just call him up, and then he'll bring you a car.
Nice.
And then you can just like, you know, so it's like you don't have to leg it everywhere.
Yeah. So they get so these are underbosses, right? Or it just
your 3 underbosses give you perks.
Typically, they kind of like help you like do the stuff that you could do, but just get rid of it entirely, and then they end up doing it for you. But you have to keep it up. Right?
Well, they're not actually doing it. It's like they send people.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you can like when you're divvying up districts, I think you can like if you like leave someone out for a while, they'll like turn on you.
Yeah.
Like, and like so even if you want to keep upgrading one underboss's like allegiance tree or whatever, the path that he's on, so you can max them out.
Yeah.
Like if you leave the other ones, if you leave one of them out, like they'll eventually like
turn on you and
want to. Yeah, and then you'll lose all your services from them.
Oh, interesting. So
and
you have to, like, there's an upkeep to the game then.
Exactly. So you're like juggling who you want to like you're trying to make everyone happy while getting all the perks and like I realized that early because I assigned a district. Like every district has like 2 rackets, I think, and so I assigned 1 racket to one guy, another racket to this woman, and then what happened was when it came time to actually give the whole district to someone, I gave it to the guy who I gave the racket to earlier.
Yeah.
And so the woman pulled the services that I had been receiving from her away from me. And I was like, oh no. Like, you know, like I lost that stuff. So I was like, I had to work hard to like keep her happy the next time, you know? And so I think that's kind of cool. What's really special about this game is that it's a really like rough like world that this is in. So it takes place in the South in the late 60s.
Okay.
You know, it takes place in New Orleans basically. It's called New Bordeaux. And you're half black character. You're a character named Lincoln Clay who's half black, and it's like the way you're treated in the game, like, you know, you're just called the worst things, and it's really intense. It's like, but the thing is, like, the sad thing that, like, and I guess a reality is that, like, he never gets like upset when people use the N-word around him, or like, you know, gets mad at him or anything, because it's just like a fact of life. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like being a second-class citizen in the South in the 60s, if you're not white, is a fact of life. You know what I mean? And so it doesn't even faze him like the racism, because he sees it all the time. You know, and it's like that's like such a intense bummer, you know, and it's like. He's a really interesting character. He's not a good person. No one's a good person. They're all horrible criminals. But like, but he's, you know, sympathetic, and race is a really big factor in the game. Like, there's a line earlier by the really cool thing about this game is the story is told from a documentary perspective. Oh,
interesting. Okay.
So like this is like a present day documentary being made, talking about this horrible crime wave that happened in the 60s where all these people got murdered, and so like it's interviewing people who knew Lincoln, you know, and there's this priest, Father Joseph. He's like one of the main characters. He's like Lincoln's primary role model character, but he's sad that Lincoln, you know, is like getting revenge and murdering people. But he says this line early in the game during one of the interviews, one of the testimonials, where he's like Lincoln, you know, I think his mother was Dominican, his father, you know, I think might have been Italian, who knows, you know, no one knew who his father was. Like, it's like, it didn't matter though if you looked black, you know, you were black, you know. And then he goes, same as today, I suppose. And I don't know, I was just like, oh my god, you know, it's like, it's really good, like, writing, and like it hits you with the, like, how awful and how pervasive the racism is, and it's like, but it doesn't,
real. It's like real.
Yeah, it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't have that like level of, it's not like gimmicky to me, you know what I mean? And it's like, I think it's really well done, that element of it.
It sounds like a really serious game. It's what you're saying.
It is a very serious game. It has fun though. I mean, but it's like, yeah, you're not like a
Franklin from Grand Theft Auto.
No, but you're also not like like Malcolm X. You're not like, fighting a race war. That's not Lincoln's goal. He wants revenge on a specific person, and they're just like the climate is just kind of against him. So he has his cards are stacked against him, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that's cool is because it's the South and because it's racist, like, and that's such a big factor in it, and people underestimate Lincoln a lot, because of his race, or they treat him a certain way. But there's the enemies, like the different districts are have different like attitudes or whatever. So you're fighting Italian mob over here, over there, like all these different things.
Yeah.
But a big part of the game is the clan. You're fighting like Klansmen, KKK, and like because the Dixie Mafia, like this racist, spinoff of the KKK, is like control some of the districts, and like so that's like really intense. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking like beating black people in the street, like burning crosses, KKK. And it's like I don't think I've ever seen stuff like that in video games.
It gets really. And I was like, it touches the subjects that like most video game games haven't touched, right?
Well, I was thinking about that, right? Like, how many video games have you played where you fight Nazis, right? Tons, right?
Yeah, a couple.
There's so many games where you kill Nazis, and Nazis were a real world villain of sorts. Yeah. And I would say that neo-Nazis, racists, KKK, people like that, racist, evil people, or whatever. I'm surprised that more video games haven't made them enemies.
Yeah.
Because they're such an easy villain. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're still around.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'm not even sure about that. So.
No, the KKK is still around.
Yeah?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I do watch some prison shows. So.
KKK is still around. But I don't know. I was just thinking about that as I was playing the game. I was like, they are really easy to hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like obviously they're very very easy to align yourself against. And it was interesting to me that that's not a more common. Maybe it's just because it's so dark, it's such a grim reality. Like if you just avoid even mentioning it, maybe it's but I mean it is kind of disrespectful also, I think, and not disrespectful but maybe ignorant to ignore that stuff all the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, being treated because of the way you look is a real thing that happens in the real world, and it happens in Mafia 3, and I think that's a very brave step to take, in a video game. I think that's I don't know, I think it makes it special.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, there's not many games that pretty much go into that whole thing, really, right?
No, I don't. I can't think of a single game as of right now.
Because the only thing I'm thinking of is Grand Theft Auto. But I mean, with me, I still have an issue with playing games for stories.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, in Grand Theft Auto, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a perfect example. Mm-hmm. Whether you're playing as Michael, Travis, or Franklin, I don't think people act differently towards you when you're walking down the street. Yeah. Maybe Travis, just because he looks like a meth dealer or whatever. Yeah. But
turns out to be one.
I don't remember anyone treating me racistly when I'm playing Franklin, or yeah,
that's true.
Anything like that. And that's fine if they don't want to broach the subject. In fact, that's probably better if they don't broach the subject because of the tone of that game. Yeah. It would be at odds, with the with the kind of silly nature of Grand Theft Auto if they like start delving into that stuff.
Yeah.
But like I think it's very cool to like
they do their like little
explore stuff like that.
You know, little jokes here and there, but they don't get too deep into it, right? Like the characters don't actually hate specific races.
Yeah, and maybe there'll be like a racist bad person in a video game, you know, who says like the N-word and you're like, "Oh, I hate this guy." You know, like yeah, I've seen that done or something like that, you know, to that extent, right? Like but I've never been in a game where the climate is so oppressive and you're a second-class citizen just because of skin color, you know, in the video game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, that's like it's like pretty bold, I think." Yeah. And I mean like obviously
it's a real
it's
thing.
A video game.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was going to say obviously it's a video game. So like all the flaws of like the video game itself could be less repetitive and more interesting. And I think it would be I don't know if it's destined to go down as a classic. You know, I really don't know.
Yeah.
Like just because it does have a lot of bold steps it's taking, I don't know where the story's going to go. If it really fumbles the ball, it might end up being something we forget about.
Yeah.
But definitely if it was like really fun to play on top of being pretty cool and like having a lot to say, like I think it would definitely be more it would undoubtedly be a game we're talking about like 20 years from now, but like I don't know if it's gonna do that, you know.
Yeah.
Soundtrack's great too, by the way. Soundtrack is all like stuff
it's not
from the
like
60s.
I'm gonna pull another hat out of the GTA, pull something out of the GTA hat, but it doesn't get like copyright, not copyright, but like actual sounds or actual music,
it does no, it's like it opens with like Jimi Hendrix, like I think like you know, it's got like Frank Sinatra plays, you know, like Elvis, yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. But it's a cool game. It's it runs kind of weird sometimes on the PS4. Like the lighting engine will do something weird during cutscenes, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a wonky.
Yeah, it kind of breaks the immersion a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Mafia games have always been about like telling a story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and like they've all been, it's funny. Each Mafia game is an open world game where the open world is just there to facilitate the story. You know what I mean? It's not like Grand Theft Auto where this is your playground. It's not your playground. You have a very specific story that you have to go through.
Yeah. And
you have to drive there. You know, that's basically what the open world is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's good.
So far I really like it. I'm
cool.
gonna continue playing it.
Yeah, I was seeing about trying to get into it, but I feel like you have to go through 1 and 2. But I mean, you said it was for 1 and 2. You said it was different ones, right? Like you were playing different.
Yeah,
characters?
Totally different. Yeah. Okay. So the only carryover. Okay. Mafia 1, you play as like this guy Tommy, I think, and he's like a cab driver who ends up being part of the mafia. Okay. Yeah. I don't really remember the plot. Mafia 2, you play as a guy named Vito Scaletta. He and the only connection between Mafia 1 and 2 is at one point you assassinate the guy from the first game.
Yeah.
And he's like a much older person now. Because it's like 20 years later or something. The Mafia 1's like in the 30s, Mafia 2's in the 50s. Mafia 3 is in the 60s. And Vito is one of your underbosses, the main character of Mafia 2.
Yeah.
So the main character from Mafia 2 is in the game. He's a main character of Mafia 3.
Okay.
But Lincoln wasn't in the game, so if you're coming into it new, you're meeting Vito for the first time, just like Lincoln is, you know. So Lincoln doesn't know Vito very well, so he doesn't feel more special to Lincoln or anything, you know.
Yeah. I see. Okay, so you don't really need to, but I don't know. I feel like I might just, for my sake, I feel like I just want to do it anyways. Not play it. I'm gonna probably go on like YouTube and get like a quick rundown.
Mafia 2 had the Guinness Book of World Record for the most amount of swearing in a video game.
Oh jeez, it's my kind of game.
No, I remember like it was like a deal at the time because it's like they they talk like they're in a Martin Scorsese movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just these like mafia scumbags who just like say the worst things all the time. You know, I mean, like they're bad people and they say a lot of horrible things. And Mafia 3, you know, like ratchets that up to 11. I'm sure it's like if we got a Guinness Book of World Record for the most amount of N-words in a video game, it'd be Mafia 3, you know, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's pretty like wretched, but it like makes sense for the context. You know, it's not without context.
Yeah.
You know. And I think it would be weird if they ignored that while setting the game in the South during the 60s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it was a really good move to make your character not Italian and white. You know, because like no, I do think because like I think like it's like having this perspective, having Lincoln be black is like key to the game's like theme and story, you know, and the fact that people, you know, underestimated him, and you know, like and the whole point of his revenge is like, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it comes down to like disrespect, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
That makes sense. I mean, I think that's all what mafia, like being a legit mafia is anyways, is respect, right?
Yeah, so like Mafia 1 and 2 are about being in a mafia. Mafia 3 is about destroying the mafia.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Right, so...
It sounds like fun. Sounds like loads of fun. Lots of...
yeah, definitely not... But yeah,
lots of fun. Maybe like a little bit of racism, but I mean, still, you know, like you said, it just goes into that. Mafia 3 kind of just goes into that like no other game has. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I have some other stuff, I guess, but I guess I'll let you choose because we're running 15 minutes left, I guess.
Okay. So what are the choices?
So the other ones is, first of all, suggested games. I remember you mentioned something about a suggested game like early on this week or something.
Okay, yeah.
The other one is talk about new games, specifically one that you mentioned before, Mother Russia Bleeds. That actually came out.
Oh, did that come out?
Yeah.
For
PC,
Steam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet because I'm waiting for it to come out on PS4 so I can play through it with Timmy. Have you played it?
No, I haven't. I just saw it
because
I saw it on the list of new games because I was thinking what new games are coming out, and I just saw it there and I was like, hey, why didn't you mention this at all?
Yeah, I still want to play that game. I don't know if it's
I think it's gonna come out on PS4 soon.
It is.
I mean, so far it seems like it goes pretty quick. Converting.
Okay, so I have a game suggestion.
There's one more thing, June. I just added this because I thought it would be pretty interesting. It's a quick DnD. It's a game. It's a game that we will play. That I will be your GM and you will go through a random as fuck scenario that will be made up right on the spot.
I'm on board.
But we can only choose one of these because we have now 10 minutes or 12 minutes left.
Okay, I'll quickly just say we should both play 30 Flights of Loving. It's on Steam. It's $5. We should play that game for next week. Yeah, it's called 30 Flights of Loving.
Okay.
It's a short game.
Cool.
I think it might be like less than an hour long.
Awesome.
You want to add it to your cart?
Yep. Well, I just add on to the docs. Let's take a look at it later on. But I'll add it to my cart.
All right, yeah, let's play 30 Flights of Loving and talk about it next week.
Yeah.
And let's do our GM game, our DM game.
Right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, welcome to the world. Let me put up a notepad because I need to make sure I know what I'm doing.
Do I need to have notes or do I just?
You can if you want, but I think as a GM, DM, whatever you want to call me, game master, dungeon master, I have to keep notes because this is the world I'm creating, right?
Right.
So, we are in the world of Azonor, and this world is filled with all mystical creatures such as, cat-like folk, bunny-like folk,
Cool. All right, I'm a Vera.
Nice.
I'm a Vera named Yvette.
Yvette. Cool.
Yeah, she is 6'3",
Nice.
but like 7'3" with her ears.
Yeah.
7'3"?
7'3"?
Yeah, she's very tall.
She has
with her ears.
She has another foot. Her ears have a foot or foot tall.
Yeah,
Holy
they're at
shit.
least a foot tall.
Okay, what color is she? Like what?
She's brown. Very tan looking, just like the Vera from Final Fantasy.
Oh, so you're a girl. Wait, hold on. Are you?
Yeah.
Is her name Yvette?
Yeah, her name's
too?
Yvette.
Oh my god.
Wait. No, I don't know the girl from Final Fantasy. Is her name Yvette?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Okay, well, Yvette.
Mine's Yvette. She's blonde.
Okay.
Middle part hair.
All right.
And she is a rogue.
Nice.
Is this fantasy world?
This is a fantasy world. I'm gonna play it off like it's a Pathfinder or Dungeons and Dragons. Like you have stats and stuff, but you don't.
Okay.
The way we're gonna do it, instead of doing dice rolls, I thought it was a cool idea. You're just gonna give me a number between whatever I say. So like 1 to 10.
Okay, I love it.
The closest one, that means that you are like you're okay or whatever. The furthest away, then you're fucked.
So if I nail it, then
you're
it's
just like a critical
20.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I can increase it to like 1 to 50, and then obviously that's a little harder, right?
Okay, so that's like if I have to roll like 1 die.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay.
And then
so if it's like if I'm rolling 3 die, then it'll be like 1 to 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
And you just have to tell me your guess on what number I'm thinking about. It's pretty much what I'm thinking about. Or actually, if there's a random number generator, I'll do that instead because that'll be a lot better. But right now, I don't have that up, and we're doing this quickly, so we're not going to do that. All right, so your name.
If you type in random number generator.
You are Yvette. You're in the world of Azonor, and you arrive at a village that seems to be fine. And
what's my gear?
It's fine. You are. What do you want to be? You could choose anything. I don't care.
I'm a rogue.
You're a rogue. Cool. You arrive at a town, a nice little village.
Do I have daggers and a bow?
You have a dagger and a bow. I
have 1 dagger.
You have 2 daggers.
Okay, 2 daggers.
Actually, no. Yeah, you have 1. You lost yours on the way over. You're actually in the village to see if there's a blacksmith. So what do you want to do?
Okay, so because my backstory is that I was
already on the backstory.
I was a war orphan, right? So I've never, and because I'm the only Vera in this world of Azonor.
Yeah.
So I guess my people have died off at some point, but like there might be some somewhere on other continents, maybe.
Yeah, so there might be other Veras out there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not call them Vera because that's Final Fantasy. All right. Whatever. I don't care. It's fine. It's Vera's
Bunkles.
fine.
Bunkles.
No, I'll just stay with
you.
Vera.
Want to stay with Vera? Okay.
And I, so because of my backstory, I don't trust people because people never give me anything. So I don't ask anyone where the blacksmith is.
Let's go through more about your character and your backstory, and this I could probably make a good story out of it too. So
I love it.
So you're a rogue, right? So how did you become a rogue? How did Yvette become
because I don't trust people. And I've always been treated like an outcast. She is
Vera.
She doesn't know her age.
Okay, she doesn't know her age.
She's a young woman. So she doesn't know her age.
She's been like abandoned, and she's been like in the war for a while, and then
her earliest memories are of her village being wiped out.
Okay. Cool.
And
awesome.
She doesn't even remember her parents' faces. So anyway, she's the only Vera she's ever met.
Yeah.
She's never met anyone.
How does she live in the slums?
Like
I'm assuming she's living in the slums because she probably
she did. She that's why she's a rogue. She was a pickpocket because no one trusted her, and then she ended up meeting some ruffians who accepted her despite her outcast look.
Yeah.
And they were a roving band of bandits, and
she joined up.
But she
still doesn't trust them, right?
Well, no, she did trust them.
Probably like the closest thing that she could trust then.
Yeah, she did trust them, and they taught her how to fight and survive and steal, and then eventually the leader sent a bunch of us on a mission to raid this mansion.
Yeah.
And then like betrayed me.
Oh.
And left me to take the fall.
Oh man.
I managed to scrape out, and survive, but now I have bounty on my head.
Yeah. And now you're currently a Vera. It's gonna be really hard for you to hide with those ears, man.
It is hard for me to hide. I can't hide them.
You have a hood,
unfortunately.
That's for sure. You're hooded all time. At all
wait,
times.
But then my ears are just.
I mean, you could control them, right? You could. They don't have to be erect at all times.
I can't control my ears. How does she control?
You can control your ears.
No, I can't. I can't wear a hood.
Okay.
I have a hood around my neck, but they have 2 holes in them.
Okay.
For the ears.
I mean, it's gonna be very obvious then, because there's flyers everywhere with your face on them, and I think everyone knows since you're mostly the only Vera around. I think they know.
Yeah. Hey, this is the hand I was dealt, man.
Yeah. That sucks.
This is life.
That sucks. Well, I mean, not a lot of people know about Veras since it's been a few years, and seeing a Vera is pretty rare. If anything, seeing a Vera is
she's probably 20.
20,
but she doesn't know that.
Know. Yeah.
But it's probably been about 20 years since the massacre of Veras.
Yeah. Is that actually from Final Fantasy 12?
No,
okay.
I've never played Final Fantasy 12.
All right,
I don't
cool.
know.
We're hella making it up. All right.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of Vera in that game.
Nice. We got a nice backstory.
So I'm looking for a blacksmith. You said why?
Because you missed your other dagger. It was passed along from your leader. Even though you didn't like him too much, he betrayed me. That was the only thing that you had that was closest to family that you had, and that dagger was special. In some ways.
Yeah, and I've never killed a person, but
you've killed. You've hunted. You've hunted before.
Oh, I've gotten food for sure, but like I've never killed a person, and I do want to kill the person who betrayed me. With that dagger.
Your ultimate quest is trying to look for him. You're right now. You're searching around.
His name is Lordo.
Nice.
Lordo the thief, and now the betrayer.
Thief betrayer. This is the conquest, the scenario we're running.
Yeah. Okay, so what's my quest though?
Right now,
is it just my personal quest?
It's a personal quest right now. It's kind of just whatever. You could do whatever. Really, you're just in this village.
All right. So I'm in a village. How populated?
It's a pretty small village. It's like you just look around. You see a woodsmith. What do they fucking call them? The guys that chop lumberjack. You see like a lumberjack and his kid. They're just like chopping wood.
There's a kid?
Yeah, there's a little kid over there. He's like helping them out.
All right. I approach them.
Hey, what are you doing here?
The lumberjack said that?
And he has his axe ready to. I mean, he's not. He notices a little bit about you. He sees the ears. So he's a little afraid. He doesn't know what you are. So he's like really. He seems really tense. He really wants to start attacking, protect his kid.
Okay. I mean no harm. I was wondering, is there a local smith? I have misplaced my dagger and wait, hold on, time out. Yep. I'm looking for my dagger or want a new one?
You want a new one. You're really efficient with 2. With 1, it sucks.
Okay, so do I have the one that was close to me still, or have I lost that one?
You have the one closest to you. The last one you don't have. It's just whatever. It's whatever dagger.
Okay, the one I lost wasn't the one that was from that dude.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Lordo.
Yeah.
Okay. I've misplaced a dagger, and I was meaning to have one crafted, or maybe bought.
You seem familiar. What is your name?
Yvette.
Hmm.
Where do I hail from?
Huh?
Where do I come from?
Yvette. She comes from the land. Are you saying like where the Veers come from?
Yeah, where was my village?
Your village? There was a city populated with strictly Averas. They were plentiful, and it was called the Treganor.
Treganor. I come from the village of I come from and then I just stop. I don't say where I'm from, and I go, listen, can you help me find a smith or not?
1 to 10.
4.
You seem. He puts down his axe for a bit. Bit more slightly at ease, but still a little. He's gripping onto it pretty tight. You seem like you're decent. Yeah, we do have a local smith around here. He's just down the street, down the road. You are gonna look for a smith named Sid.
Thank you. What do I have on me right now?
You have a you just have your bow. You have your dagger. You have
any money, any food.
You have a few. You have a few cash on you from what you stole. The currency right now is only gold. There's only gold in this realm.
Okay. How much money, or do I have any
have
food?
like 12 gold on you. It's equivalent to like $50 here to us. Food. You have a few food on you. You've hunted a bit. You have like 3 rations that you could eat.
Okay, I want to give one to the boy.
It's like a little bread.
Yeah, and then, or I'll give it to Smith and ask him to. I'll say, your boy looks like he could eat.
How dare you! Leave.
Okay, I equip my dagger.
Oh no!
And then I say, I mean no harm, friend. And I haven't entered combat yet, right?
No, you haven't. I mean, you're kind of initiating it because that's a threatening response.
Yeah, but it's more of like a self-defense.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
And I'll be on my way.
All right.
What does he say?
He just leave.
Right. Do I still have my bread?
The child he has it. He's just looking at it. He's
Okay.
like questioning it and like looking at his dad. And like, why didn't you just let me have this? And he still just looks at the bread. And you gave it away. Are you walking away now?
Yeah, I'll head back for the bread if they haven't taken it.
They have it.
Okay. Then I'll head towards the smith.
Okay. And I think we'll end it there.
Okay. Continue the adventures of Yvette next time.
Yvette's revenge of the thief betrayer.
I took about like 4 steps and
Dude, you interacted.
I walked 5 feet and I almost killed a lumberjack.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's good. Nice.
I love it. I like it. Should we do this every time?
Yeah, I think so. That would be pretty cool. I think that's
all right.
Nice
I like it. It's fun. Yeah.
All right. Let me save this. But there you go. This is suggested game we're gonna do. 50 flights of living, right?
30 flights.
30 flights of living. I think this is a good sesh. This is a good sesh, June.
Yeah, I really liked it. We had a lot of good talk.
Yeah, insight was pretty good.
Insight was great. I think 30 flights of living is gonna be pretty cool too.
Yeah, I can't wait to try that out.
It's a sequel. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, but whatever, who cares?
Yeah. Wait, so we have to play the game, or like it's whatever. It is.
There was a game before called Gravity Bone.
Okay.
But let's just play 30 Flights of Loving.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Well,
I've never played it. I know about it, but I don't know everything about it.
That's good.
So, no. Okay, I lied. I did play it a while ago, but I didn't like beat it. And yeah, I only played it for about 5 minutes.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't played it at all, so it'll be a pretty good game to get into.
Yeah, I wanna. It's been a while. It's been years, because it's been like, I don't know, like 3 years since I've touched it, so I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, this has been the Binch Bros. I'm Keo.
I'm Seiju.
And yeah, go ahead and if you're on Podbean. Which is, if you haven't been on Podbean, which is where we're at, which is weird. Where have you been? This is where our podcast is located at Podbean. Binch Bros. Binch Bros. Podbean.
You should put it in the description.
I do.
Should put it in
the
description.
I can't remember. And we're also on iTunes too. Just look for Binch Bros, and we'll be in the podcast area. But it's weird if you search for it on iTunes on your like computer or whatever, you see a lot of like workout applications that you could download.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it talks about benching, right?
All right. Benching.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for episode 3, I guess.
All right, guys.
All right, see you later.
Adios.